Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So today, instead of going out there where it is hotter than the gates of hell, we're going to go inside or stay inside and do some cooking today. And today we're going to be making one of my favorite meals, the Sloppy Joe. But this isn't any Sloppy Joe. This is a recipe that I got from Cowboy Kent Rollins. If you're not familiar with him, look up Cowboy Kent Rollins. He's got a ton of recipes. If you like good cooking, you'll like his. And I got this recipe from him, so it is not my own. But I'm about to make my own, and we're going to get started right now. So one thing I'm going to do is I have some cheese here, and these lights, they come on and off. They're motion detector under the cabinet light. So if they're flickering on and off and all that, you know what's going on. So this recipe is going to call for 2 cups of cheese, and I found a random bunch of shredded cheese in the refrigerator. It's white and it's cheese, so I don't know what that is. But I've got this too, smoky pepper jack, and we're going to put this in there with it. This is kind of a soft cheese. We'll see how it grates. That is definitely 2 cups of cheese. So keep in mind, folks, this is a double batch on these onions. And also, this recipe calls for yellow onion. And of course, I don't have any yellow onion, so it's going to be red. I like red onion anyway. And these are to be diced. All right, now that we got those in relatively small parts, my favorite part, the good old Whopper chopper. Too much. Diced. That is a lot of onion. The recipe also calls for chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. 1 or 2. So that means we're going to put 4 of these in it. Or maybe we'll just go with 3. One. Check that out. It look good. And these are to be chopped. There we go. Should be done with the chopper. Wow, holy cow, I can barely breathe in here. Excuse me. Oh, a little iced tea to wash it down. Oh, man. So you have to forgive the snifflings. So we're going to move on to something completely different and work on some ground beef. All right, we got a good old Lodge enameled cast iron. Boy, she is got some age to her. And for this double batch, we're using 3 pounds of ground beef. I'll come out. Old Dutch oven's going to be all it can be. That is probably too much beef for that pot, but that's what we're going with. This is going to take a hot minute. And I'm sorry if it's loud in here. The wife let me borrow the kitchen, but this is not my domain. We got clothes washers, vacuum cleaners, all kinds of crap going on in here. Just the way it goes around this house. Well, it's cooking down some too. That's good news. All right, we're going to let that cook some more. It's coming along. All right, so while we're waiting on our ground beef to finish up, we're going to use 2 cans of Rotel Original. I thought about throwing one hot in there, but with the chili peppers in there, it might get a little spicy. My wife would probably like to have some of this too. I like hot stuff, but I've gotten any more, but I don't like it near as hot as I used to. This is not saying it wants it drained, so we're not going to drain it. It's also, move this out of the way, calling for 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. A touch more. This is a 1 cup here that I got in my left hand, so we do not want to fill that up. What's a little bit more? Yeah, I like that. So 2/3 of a cup. She is humming right along. It's almost done. Then we have to, as soon as we get this browned up, we're going to drain the grease out of it because it is literally swimming right this second. There's literally a few of y'all that are having a heart attack right now. Holy cow. Wow, that is full. All right, we got 99% of the grease into the can. Spilled a little bit, but that's okay. So we got our ground beef. It is now time for this massive amount of onions. these chilies in adobo sauce. You can get all that chili in there. Our brown sugar. Our 2 cans of Rotel. We have 1 cup of barbecue sauce. And for this one, we're using again Sweet Baby Ray's. And 4 tablespoons, since it's a double batch, of yellow mustard. And we're going to say that's about 4 tablespoons. I'm going to turn our heat back on to about 2. See if we can stir this in without making a gargantuan mess. We're going to put the lid on that. We're going to let that start simmering for about 10 minutes. Once it gets simmering anyway. That's amazing. Those onions, that was a lot of onion. And it's pretty much incorporated and disappeared for the most part. All right. So it's been about 10 minutes. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. It smells good. It smells real good. All right. It's time to make a plate. Man, y'all let me almost forget the most important part. What were y'all thinking? The cheese, man, the cheese. Just gonna turn that off. Oh yeah. We're gonna turn it off and let it be melty. All right, let's get in on this. I know it's got cheese in it, but I like cheese. I like lots of cheese. That is divine. Garnished with a few pickles. Looks great. Let's see how it tastes. That's pretty good stuff right there. This recipe didn't call for any salt or pepper. I think you could use a little bit. I thought maybe, yeah, it does have a kick. There it is. Oh, yeah. First bite had no heat. Second bite lit me up. Guess it says chili peppers. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Give this recipe a try. It's pretty easy. You don't have to make a huge batch of it. You can eat it in one sitting if you make a regular size batch. And check out Ken Rollins. He's got really good food over there. Till next time, we'll see you later, and y'all have a great day. See you.